everyone, welcome to DEA College video. My name is Yelda. Today I want to teach you something very different. Whenever you're learning a language, the most important part of language learning is learning about the culture of that country and the speakers of that language. If you don't know the culture of for example, that language, the culture of the person or people from that language, so probably you don't understand some, for example, things that they're talking about and some expressions that they're talking about. Sometimes whenever you listen to people speaking, probably you can understand all the words, but you don't understand what they mean by that. Okay? Today I want to just teach you some expressions and some situations that you might hear them and how you have to react, and then you will understand what they're talking about. Let's talk about sport first. Sport is really popular in North America. People are just talking about sport all the time. The first line say the ball is in your court. Whenever the ball is in your court, it means you have the control over the ball. Imagine, for example, your friend tells you, so you know what, so I've done whatever I could, now is your turn to solve the problem and do your part, right? It means now here you have the control over the things. I've done everything I could, now is your turn. You have to do your best now. So it's nothing to do with the ball or sport, right? So whenever you're talking about the sport, when the ball is in your court, it means you have the control over the ball and you have to play, right? And this is the same situation whenever you're talking about the situation that you have the control over the things and over the stuff, and you have to do something about it. Next one, he dropped the ball. Here it's just related to American football. Whenever a player, for example, drop the ball, it means the other person from the other team can take the ball and play and finish the game, right? Probably they can score the goal or whatever. So whenever you're doing this, when you drop the ball, it means you're screwed, right? And you messed up. Exactly, whenever you're just using it in the real situation, so you say he dropped the ball, it means he messed up, he screwed, right? So it means he was doing a very big mistake, right? And it's really hard to solve the problem or something because everything is very messy now. It's very messed up. Now let's talk about literature. The first line, Catch-22. This is a very famous novel, the very famous book from Joseph Heller. Whenever you just say Catch-22, let me just explain it in a situation. For example, you just finished your school or university, you graduated from university, and you're looking for a job. Okay, so you don't have a job. You're looking for a job, but all the places they need you to have experience, job experience. Okay, so in this situation we say it's Catch-22. It means, just whenever you look at it from any sides, right? Just both sides, they're all bad, right? You don't see any good in it because first you should have the experience to get the job, and if you don't have a job, you cannot have the experience. And it's a very difficult situation, right? So I think most of you experience this situation. The other one is a line from one of Shakespeare's work, a rose by any other name. So this is not a complete sentence, but everybody knows what you're talking about. So whenever you use this sentence. So the complete one is a rose by any other name is still a rose. It means if in a situation, in a bad situation, you just change the name, and for example, to just make it look better. So it doesn't look better. It just so you just change the name, right? Like politicians, whenever they want to do something, they just represent it in any different, for example, names. But, so you see, just like at the end of the day is the same thing, right? So you don't change the exact thing, you don't change the nature of the thing. It is still bad, right? But, so you say a rose by any other name, so it means so you just like change the name, but it's still the same thing, right? It doesn't change the nature of that, right? It doesn't change the outcome. Now here at the end, so you will see two sentences from a very, very famous movie, Wizard of Oz. If you have watched this movie, so you know, you might hear these two sentences. So you say, I don't think we are in Kansas anymore, right? After those tornadoes and storm, and whenever they just like came to any, just like the different place, so you know, Dorothy just like talked to her dog and say, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. It means we're in trouble, right? And in this situation, we don't know what to do. We are in a strange situation. And next, he sees what's behind the curtain. So at the end of the movie, whenever just like Toto, the dog, just could see behind the curtain, and he saw it was just an old man just like playing and working with some machines, and he finally realized there wasn't any big secret or nothing very special, not a superpower, right? It was just like something strange. If an old man was just doing something, so he was so disappointed, right? And he thought, okay, so just there's no point, right? So just like there isn't any secret here. So you can say he sees what's behind the curtain. So whenever you see, for example, you think something is huge and it's very important, but at the end, whenever you see the real face of something, you realize it wasn't that important. It was just what you thought about that situation. So, you know, whenever you don't know about these situations, probably you don't understand it whenever people talk about it. Although you know for example, the meaning of the word, right? But you don't understand the whole situation and the sentence. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I hope they're very useful for you. And next time, whenever native speakers use these sentences, you realize what they're talking about. So you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, DEA Education Centre, and you can see all the videos there. You can also be notified whenever we upload a video there, and you will see the new lesson. Thank you for watching this again, and see you in the next lesson.